Hello, good afternoon. You're watching HW News English. I am Shubham Chohan. It's voting day in the state of Maharashtra and Jharkhand. 288 constituencies in Maharashtra, one of the most anticipated and look forward battle in terms of the political dynamics and what could possibly happen in this state, in this politically significant state of Maharashtra. It's like I said, it's voting day, 288 constituencies and over 4,000 candidates. Their fate will be sealed today as voting began early this morning at about 7 a.m. As of 11 a.m., the numbers that we are getting is 15.78% voting has taken place in Mumbai so far. If you look at Maharashtra, it is 18.14%. This is till 11 a.m. Voting began at about 7 a.m. in the morning. In the first 4 hours of voting, we are seeing 15.78% for Mumbai and 18.14% for the rest for the entire state of Maharashtra. So off to a slow start. And just in case you're watching us from Mumbai or any other part of Maharashtra, if you're watching this live stream right now, firstly, go out and cast your vote if you haven't already. And on that note, in fact, we have our reporters as well, who I will get them in one by one. They're in different parts of the city, trying to get a mood of get a sense of what the mood is right now. Are the voting facilities or are the polling centers correctly in place? Because one major drawback that we saw in the Lok Sabha elections was the fact that there was a lot of complaints about the fact that polling stations were not managed properly. A lot of voting centers saw long queues. There were no separate lines for senior citizens. Basic facilities were not in place given the summer season that we saw. So there was no shade under which people could stand. Now, all of those things, many are even speculating that that affected the turnout in a way in Mumbai city when it came to the Lok Sabha election. That saw about 50% voting percentage. Extremely, I would say on the lower side if you look at the standards of the population size or the voter size of the city. So that's it. 9.5 crore voters of Maharashtra will decide the fate of over 4,000 candidates across the state. It's voting day. It's the 20th of November, and the voter turnout is hovering between 18% for the state and 15% for the city of Mumbai. Remember, in the Lok Sabha as well, another aspect that really that was taken note of is the fact that people were just not coming out to vote. I believe 20th May was when voting took place in Mumbai, and since that became a long weekend for several people, leaves were granted. Schools were not working in several parts of the city; they were on vacation. So that was looked at as one of the possible factors that contributed to a lower voter turnout percentage. We even saw that in the run-up to the assembly elections, when election commission officials had visited the state, a strict message was given out to authorities about the need to ensure that voter turnout, not just in Mumbai, but across the state of Maharashtra, ends up on the higher side. Mumbai being the financial capital, the place where all the glitz and glamour is, some of the top celebrities, netas stay here. So the onus is really, there was a lot of impetus that was given on the fact that voter turnout should go up. And as numbers stand, currently 18.14% turnout has been recorded till 11 a.m. Voting began at 7 a.m., goes on till 6 p.m. In the evening. And in Mumbai city, 15.78% voter turnout was seen. In fact, if we can play up those visuals before I get in my colleagues who, like I said, were in different parts of the city trying to get a sense of how things were happening. There you can see senior citizens. Everyone really came out to vote. The dance of democracy, as they call it. It's the time when you see a lot of people across age groups who come out and exercise their right to vote. And Maharashtra being the state that it is and the churning that it has really seen over the last, not just 2.5 years, but over the last 5 years, how alliances have changed, how loyalties have shifted, how parties have been split, all of that. And of course, a lot of controversy, including the one we saw yesterday about cash for votes, where the name of senior BJP leader Vinod Tawade came into picture. These are the visuals that you are seeing from Mumbai city, the MMR region, in different polling stations. Like I said, the voter turnout is the voting is off to a slow start. You're not seeing a lot of queues that you saw in the Lok Sabha, where the centers were relatively fewer and you saw longer queues with people waiting for hours to ensure that they cast their vote. Females, youngsters, senior citizens, all turning up in huge numbers to cast their votes. Even top netas were, of course, one of the first few voters. There you can see Chief Minister Eknath Shinde. He just cast his vote in Thane a few minutes back. Ajit Pawar, the Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Devendra Fadnavis, Ashish Shela, Sharad Pawar, and of course, there's celebrities like Sachin Tendulkar, Akshay Kumar, Rahul Bose, and the likes of Vishal Datlani. All of these guys, really came out and urged people to cast their vote. This is Eknath Shinde. He's voted in his constituency of Kopri Panchpakhadi in Thane, known to be his bastion for quite some time now. On that note, I'll get in my colleagues one by one who have been out since about, I think, if I'm not mistaken, about 7 a.m. in the morning when counting began. My apologies, when voting began. They were out to get us visuals from the ground as to what really happened. So joining me now is Shashank Nair, Saniya Patel, Amina Ansari, and Akanksha Yadav should also be joining us in some time. Good afternoon, guys. Firstly, I hope all of you have cast your vote and you're joining this live stream. I think let's start with Amina. Amina, where were you? Which constituencies did you visit, and what was it that you saw on ground today?
Hi Shubham. I visited two constituencies, one the Colaba and the second one the Malabar Hill constituency. So first let me brief you about the Colaba constituency. Talking about the voter turnout, what I saw there outside the polling booths, uh, there were very less people. The polling booths were empty. There were no queues. What I saw there was there were a lot of senior citizens who had come to cast their vote. And talking about the facilities for the voters there, there were water bottles provided to the old citizens, and
Right. So yeah, you're seeing the like it's in fact line. You're seeing you didn't see a lot of people. What about the ones that had come out meanwhile? I mean, if you can just fix your audio and if you can speak a bit louder. Um, were the facilities in place? Did people complain of long waiting time? The ones who turned up, did they complain of lack of facilities for senior citizens or the specially able who turned up to cast their vote? Did you see any of that?
no. The voters had no complaints. Even there were bleachers provided to the old to the senior citizens. There were volunteers, college students were there who were volunteering with the CI to help the senior citizens. And some of the voting centers had shades for the people to sit there. They had chairs and green shade for people to sit there because of the sunlight.
Right. Okay. Okay. I'll come back to you, Amina. Shashank, if you can hear me, which were the constituencies I believe you were
Yeah,
in the
sure.
suburban part of Mumbai. What was the picture there like? Who are the contenders there? Can you just give us some perspective on that? Who are the candidates there? What is the situation like?
Yeah. So Yogeshwari Assembly constituency, and currently I'm standing in the Dindoshi Assembly constituency. Two polling booths in the Dindoshi constituency I visited. Now, if we speak about the voter turnout, then in Mumbai suburban, in the region which Dindoshi comes under, has seen around 17.99% Obishi, then it is
Shashank, I
20.58%
think we'll have to.
and yeah,
If you can get to a better range, we will come back to you, Sanya. If you can hear us and if the internet is clear on that front, Sanya, where were you? What did you see on ground? Which constituency did you visit today? If you can hear me. Okay, I think we've lost we've lost Sania at the moment. Yes, so like I said, we had four of our reporters on ground, and they're all joining in from different parts of the city. So pardon the internet connection issues that you're seeing on the screen. But like I said at the very beginning, this is one of the most hotly contested states that you've seen in recent years. Given the turmoil that Maharashtra has seen, a lot of focus is on what impact would schemes like the Ladki Bahin would make? What about the star constituencies in the state? Because compared to the Lok Sabha, the picture is completely different in terms of what you see on ground and the dynamics. Because when it comes to the state election, the agenda, the issues become local and hyper local. It's all about the member of legislative assembly, the MLA in your constituency. In 2019, it was BJP that emerged as the single largest party, mind you, as the single largest party with about 105 odd MLAs, followed by its ally Shiv Sena, and then you had on the other side the Congress and the NCP. Both these parties, mind you, were undivided. The Shiv Sena and the NCP were undivided at the time, and then of course the entire game began of just one party switching side, forming another alliance, then two parties getting split. So, given the turmoil that the state has seen, voting percentage, it really becomes critical now. Not to There's no direct correlation as to what a lower or a higher voter turnout would mean. That is something that we will get to see on the 23rd of November. But when you speak about Mumbai city specifically, the focus, like I said, is because it's the financial capital of India. It's the capital of the state of Maharashtra, and naturally being such a cosmopolitan city with such a humongous population, it was expected that Mumbai should ensure that they sort of take the lead in terms of the vote percentage, the voter turnout that you see. But at the moment, as the picture stands, it's off to a slow start, not just in Mumbai but across the state of Maharashtra. Gadchiroli, I believe, is leading at the moment in terms of all districts of Maharashtra. Just so far, this figure is as of 11 a.m. Voting will go on till 6 p.m. Shashank, if we have you once again, go ahead. You were saying something. Where are you and what is the context there? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So the Dindoshi constituency where I am right now, it comes under the Mumbai suburban region. So Mumbai suburban has seen around 18%, 17.99% voter turnout, and the Dindoshi constituency has seen 20.58% voter turnout till now. Now the competition over here is between the Shiv Sena versus the Shiv Sena. There are around 35 such seats where both the Shiv Sena are contesting against each other. And in this particular seat, the contest is between
Shashank, you're on mute. Shashank, I think you're on mute. Okay, so here's what I'll do while we fix up
am I audible?
while we try. Yes. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll try to give a broader sense to our viewers where each of our reporters are, because I believe we are losing them to bad network issues. Shashank is currently looking after the Jogeshwari, Dindoshi, Goregaon area. This is part of Mumbai suburban region, and in seats like Dindoshi and Jogeshwari, you're seeing a battle between the two Shiv Senas. In Jogeshwari, you have Manisha Vaikar, who's the wife of the MP of Mumbai Northwest, Ravindra Vaikar. She's facing off against Anantkar of the Shiv Sena, led by Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray. In Dindoshi, you are seeing Sunil Prabhu, the sitting MLA, squaring off against Sanjay Nirupam, who's of the Eknath Shinde-led Shiv Sena. So the two battle of the Shiv Senas is what we are seeing in Dindoshi. Saniya was in Navi Mumbai. This is a place that will also see a lot of high-profile battles, a lot of tight contests. She also visited the Kalwa Mumra constituency, that is on the outskirts of Thane city. There you are seeing Jitendra Awad, sitting MLA from the NCP of Sharad Pawar. He is facing off against Najib Mullah of the Nationalist Congress Party of Ajit Pawar. So there you're seeing an Ajit Pawar versus Sharad Pawar NCP battle. If you go further from Kalwamra, you enter Airoli, where Ganesh Naik, the local strongman in that area, he's contesting this time for another term. You go further into Navi Mumbai, you come into the constituency of Belapur. There you can see Sandeep Naik, who's the son of Ganesh Naik. He's also contesting there. Amina was in Mumbai South, the southern part of Mumbai. She visited Kolaba, Malabar Hill. Kolaba is, of course, where Rahul Narvekar, the Speaker of the Maharashtra Assembly, the outgoing Maharashtra Assembly, is from the Bharatiya Janata Party. He is facing off against the Congress candidate there. So that Mumbai South Mumbai was where Amina visited. Akanksha, if we'll have her on the call, she visited Thane. Now, Thane, of course, is the bastion of Chief Minister Eknath Shinde. She visited two constituencies in the city. First is, of course, Kopri Panchpakhadi, where Eknath Shinde, this is his home turf. He's been a multiple term MLA from that constituency. He's squaring off against Kedar Dige, who's known to be a relative of the late Anand Dige, who was Eknath Shinde's mentor once upon a time. So Kedar Dige, he's contesting on a Shiv Sena UBT ticket. He's squaring off against Eknath Shinde in the Kopri Panchpakhadi constituency. There are about 3 or 4 seats in Thane city. One of them, like I said, is Kopri Panchpakhadi. The next is Thane city. There you are seeing sitting MLA of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Sanjay Kelkar, a 2-term MLA. He's facing Rajan Vichare of the Shiv Sena, led by Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray in Thane city. And there you also have a candidate of the Maharashtra and Jharkhand Sena, that is the MNS of Raj Thackeray, Avinash Yadav, who in 2019 faced Sanjay Kelkar, in which, of course, Sanjay Kelkar prevailed. But the likes of Avinash Yadav, in fact, Avinash Yadav garnered about 90,000 votes in that election. That was a straight fight between the BJP and the MNS, because remember, the BJP and the Shiv Sena were in an alliance at that point in time. And the other constituency in Thane city is that of Ovla Majivada. There, Pratap Sarnaik of the Shinde Sena, he's squaring off against Naresh Manera of the Shiv Sena, led by Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray. So that's the contest that we are seeing in Thane. That is where Akanksha was. In fact, we will play that bite out. I'll just request my producer, if you can just play that bite out of the Chief Minister who just cast his vote a couple of minutes back in Thane. And here's what Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Eknath Shinde, had to say.
पवित्र दिन है, ये उत्सव है, ये लोकशाही को समृद्ध और मजबूत करने वाला उत्सव है, जिसमें सभी ने मिलकर इस उत्सव में सहभागी होना चाहिए, सभी ने वोट करना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये महाराष्ट्र को शक्तिशाली बनाएगा, देश की अर्थव्यवस्था को मजबूत बनाएगा। इसलिए आज का दिन बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है। ये मतदान सभी लोग करें और हमारी लोकशाही समृद्ध करें, प्रगल्भ करें, मजबूत करें। और पिछले 5 साल का कारोबार लोगों ने देखा है। 2019 में क्या हुआ था, लोग आज भूले नहीं है। लोगों का मैंडेट क्या था, और लोगों का मैंडेट था महायुति, जनता का मैंडेट था महायुति, लेकिन सरकार महायुति की नहीं बनी, इसलिए वो लोगों के ध्यान में है पूरी तरह। और 2.5 साल का कार्यकाल भी देखा है उन्होंने, और हमारे 2.5 साल का भी देखा है, और इसलिए हमारे इस 2.5 साल में एक तरफ विकास, जो विकास को रोका था हमने उसको शुरू किया। जो कल्याणकारी योजना है, जैसे लाडली बहन, लाडला भाई, लाडला किसान, कई योजनाएं, मैं अभी सब में खुलकर बताना नहीं चाहता, लेकिन विकास और कल्याणकारी योजनाएं जो शुरू की है, इसका प्रतिबिंब जो है इस चुनाव में दिखेगा। महिलाओं को बड़े पैमाने पे लाडली बहनों का और लाडले भाइयों का मतदान होगा। और मैं सभी से गुजारिश करता हूँ, लोकशाही में वोटिंग होना चाहिए, ये हमारा अधिकार है, हमारी जिम्मेदारी है, वो हमने बखूबी निभानी चाहिए, और इसलिए सभी वोट करें। और मुझे विश्वास है 2.5 साल में जो महायुति ने काम किया है, जो कल्याणकारी योजनाएं, जो विकास, उसके बलबूते पे आने वाली सरकार जो है मजबूत पंपिंग मेजोरिटी की, ये महायुति की होगी।
So that was Chief Minister Eknath Shinde urging people to come out and vote, and of course emphasizing what has been the story of the Mahayuti in the last 3 months. The one scheme that the Mahayuti is looking after, that is the Ladki Bahin. He mentioned that, and he's confident of the fact that people will not only come out and vote, but also the fact that the Mahayuti, that is the BJP, Shiv Sena led by Eknath Shinde, and the NCP led by Ajit Pawar, will come to power. If we have anyone, if any of my colleagues can, we can get them in, and if the internet is, Amina, can you hear me? Is your audio clear? Can we just do a quick test if you're audible?
Yes. Am I audible?
Okay. I think, Amina, you'll have to speak a bit louder. We are losing the audio. So go ahead. Tell us what you saw. What is the contest like there? Who are the candidates? Can you just give us a quick context on that, Amina?
Okay, starting with Malabar Hill, The candidates are from BJP, it is Mangal Prabhat Lodha, and from Shiv Sena UBT, it is Dhirulal Jain. So, Mangal Prabhat Lodha is currently the incumbent MLA from the constituency. He is also he's been the MLA from Malabar Hill since 1995. So, he's been MLA from same constituency 6 times. And in 2019, the vote share of Mangal Prabhat Lodha was 75%.
Right. So it's a BJP versus Shiv Sena UBT contest in Malabar Hill. In If you look at Kolaba, what was the picture like? What was the general sense when you roamed around? I believe you roamed around polling stations across constituencies in South Mumbai. Did you see a difference from what you saw in the Lok Sabha? I believe all of us were on ground. Not that I believe, of course, all of us were on ground when it came to the Lok Sabha. Did you see a difference? Did you see fewer lines? Or compared to what you are seeing right now in the Vidhan Sabha, do you see any difference of that sort?
In Lok Sabha, I saw queues in Kolaba constituency, but in assembly elections there were no queues. It was empty. People were coming, voting, and they were leaving.
Right.
No long queues in Kolaba.
Right. So the battle is going to be that of a very close contest. It's very one thing that is said more so about Indian politics, but even more so for Maharashtra politics, that it is not done. The picture is not dealt in the last vote is cast. Just to also remind our viewers that Jharkhand is also seeing elections. Is also seeing voting today. Jharkhand had a two-phase voting. The second phase is today. 11 a.m. data that is coming out. Over 31% voter turnout has been recorded in Jharkhand till 11 a.m. This data will be updated as we go through the day till 6 p.m. is when voting will be on. And 31% voter turnout, over 31% voter turnout has been recorded in the state of Jharkhand. This is the latest numbers that we've gotten. And Maharashtra, meanwhile, is still lagging behind. A lot of leaders, like we've seen, like we see every election, leaders, starting from the prime minister downwards, everyone urges people to vote. And if you talk about Maharashtra specifically, I think, do we have Akanksha or do we have Shashank? Shashank, if you can hear me, uh, if
Yes,
Shashank,
Shubham,
you'll have to unmute yourself.
you're audible.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Shubham.
I think we have. Yes. Go ahead, Shashank. Tell me what you saw. What was the difference from Lok Sabha to now in terms of the voting turnout that you saw early in the morning today?
Election Commission has learned its lesson from Lok Sabha. I think the management is too good. There was different lines for senior citizen and for general public. But besides that, as you rightly said, that the voter turnout is lesser, but the management by the election commission was fantastic. And even those coming out after voting have said that. So as far as voting
Right.
experience is
Okay. Okay.
concerned,
Still,
it was not.
Shashank, I think I think it's an audio curse that we are seeing whenever you come online. We have an audio issue. If you can just change your earphones a bit and try a few of those tricks. Akanksha, if you can hear me clearly, I can see you very clearly. Tell me, where are you? Have you cast your vote? Where are you? What did you see this morning?
Yes, I'm currently in Thane, the biggest constituency in Maharashtra, and I visited Awala Majhiwala constituency where Naresh Manera and Pratap Sarnaik are contesting. From Shiv Sena UBT, Naresh Manera, and from Shiv Sena Shinde, it's Pratap Sarnaik. So I was in Baglia state where the voting was going on. There was a lot of queue actually because it was the CM's voting area. And also, I saw CM, his whole family casting a vote at around 11:30 to 45 p.m. and AM, sorry. And they were with a lot of crowd, and the convoy was there, everything was there, and the casting. Actually, the facilities this time, compared to the Lok Sabha elections, I can see it's very much upgraded because the facilities, the water area, everything was properly arranged and everything was going on perfectly. the queue, and there were wheelchairs for the senior citizens, and everything was done very perfectly.
Right. I think you are in the CM's constituency, and that is why I think out of all the four reporters, yours internet is the most stable with the best audio and best video. But yes, back to the political front. There you see Eknath Shinde, Chief Minister of Maharashtra, and his son, an MP from
There
Kalyan, Shrikant Shinde, were out in their voting center in Thane to cast their vote. Now, I think we will sort of end this discussion there. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in, and I will see all of you in office. And thank you so much for joining in to our viewers who joined this live session. Again, apologies on my team's behalf for the patchy internet. It's just something that happens when you are outdoor, and these are some things that are not in your control. But we what we attempted to do is sort of give you a perspective on what the city of Mumbai and the MMR region looks like, the big state, the state where all eyes are on who is going to win the state of Maharashtra, the politically critical state of Maharashtra. As of now, the voter turnout has started on a slower side. 18.14% turnout has been recorded till 11 a.m. in Maharashtra. That's the entire state. And if you look at Mumbai, this figure hovers around 15.78%. 15.78% is what the city of Mumbai saw in terms of voter turnout. We'll keep you posted through the day, and especially what the final numbers look like. Like I said, over 4,000 candidates, 208 constituencies, and there'll only be one winner in each constituency, and there'll only be one chief minister. So after a controversial, hectic, grueling campaign, it's D-Day when votes are cast. Fates for several candidates are sealed. We will end this conversation here. Just to remind our viewers, we will be live again in the evening today to bring you the exit polls, the much talked about exit polls that have that have really invited everyone's wrath in a way, given the fact how drastically wrong the exit polls got them when it came to Haryana and the Lok Sabha elections. But we will not only get you the exit polls, but we'll also get you some analysis, the feedback that reporters like Shashank and I saw on ground, because thanks to you, the subscribers who contributed to our project, we were able to travel across the length and breadth of Maharashtra, travel to some of the high-profile constituencies, speak to some of the top netas. The stream should be up by 8 p.m. You can see the stream scheduled on our channel. And once we are live, we will try and give you a 360-degree view, a full picture of what we saw, what the exit polls say, and what to expect on the 23rd of November, a Saturday, where you will see the results being out, and we will take it from there. So thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned to our channel, subscribe to our channel, share the word around, and for a very clutter-free noise, the decibels are low, for that kind of coverage for the election results for Maharashtra and also the state of Jharkhand, do stay tuned to HW News English. Thank you so much for watching. This is Shubham Chohan signing off.